I've said it before, I was unable to get the fiberglass tape in place completely around the bulkhead, even on one side. And again, this is my problem. I'm sure other people have not had the difficulty, but I did. So my solution is to use a high grade of silicone, clear silicone caulk, which I will apply to that edge, the part that hasn't been glassed, on the bulkhead from whatever angle I can get at it. I can get at it from the inside of the cockpit, on the cockpit side, on the back bulkhead side I can get at it maybe from the back. On the front bulkhead it'll be through the hatch cover and probably not be able to get at it from the other side. So that's what I'm going to do. That will be my next step. Finished caulking the front and rear bulkheads with silicone caulk, and it actually went easier than I thought it would. The caulking gun would not fit in the cockpit or in the back hatch in the places that I needed to work. So using my rubber gloves, I put some of the material on my index finger and then just laid it in the crack to seal it up. The front cockpit, the rear side the front hatch, the rear side in the cockpit area was quite easy to do with the caulking gun, although I got an awful lot of material in there. And then I used a bathtub tool to lay the caulk in tight around the bulkhead and remove the excess amount. Front hatch from the front bulkhead from the hatch was much the same, although the area is even more confined and difficult to work with. But all in all, I think I have a reasonable watertight situation there between the three different elements that I've used. One was the epoxy putty, which was originally used to seal the pieces in place. The second was the glass and tape, the glass tape, which was used over probably 3/4 of the bulkhead, and then finally the caulk, which hopefully will take care of any remaining issues as far as possible leakage is concerned. This is the bathroom tool I used. It creates a nice, not quite 90-degree corner, and pushes the material into any crack that might be there and removes the excess. It worked really well on that front cockpit. This is the cockpit side of the rear bulkhead, and you know, it was taped at the bottom, and then some tape applied at the top, but I couldn't get it all the way around, so I finished with the caulk. I'm not sure whether you can see that or not here. This is the front bulkhead from the cockpit side, which I really can't reach with my arm, but which I was able to reach with that tool. You can see that there's a bead of caulk all the way around, and it filled all the gaps very nicely. So I'm hopeful that that will eliminate any water leakage. The front hatch was the most difficult of all, but it was just a small amount at the top of the bulkhead that needed caulk, and I had to operate pretty much by feel. I could stick my head in there a little bit and get some idea of where things needed to go, but I pretty much had to operate by feeling.